Alright, can you hear me now, Michael? Can you hear me now? Is that better? Just say a few more things and wait until see if... Aha, awesome. Turns out I think I have to tell OBS to down mix or show both channels or it won't turn up. So I think that's kind of the secret. So I've got 4 cattails. Hey, hey! Hi, Henry. Now, just need to Alt-Tab out of this and fix something. Hopefully, can you guys still hear me when I tab away? Because I was trying something different of actually showing both the game and the desktop. So now I can actually see the chat because OBS isn't over top of the YouTube window on my other monitor. Alrighty. Now, I was trying to figure out where the hell I got to previously. So this is Charlie. And the other thing that was I was going to talk about was that later on, once a few more people show up, I might show a little bit of the slideshow from the Outback Camping Wildflower Tour thingamajigamy. Because, yeah, Yari was just politely hinting at me about how I hadn't put that out yet. So I did set this one to low latency to the stream, so it should update to the stream faster, so I shouldn't have the big 20-second delay like I did before. But hopefully it means the buffering and everything goes okay for everyone. So just shout out if it's not working so great. Alright. So I was going to check with this character. So she's got cooking 5, so I can eat wolves and stuff. But I've got 6 arrows, so it's not too bad. Alrighty. So yeah, thanks Michael for pointing out that the audio wasn't working. Still, I have to change my settings back in OBS to actually do my normal recording to do the live streaming, because I record the audio channels separately so I can mix them down because of so many audio issues that I had before. Now, I think I need a piece of bait. And I want to try and find a wolf. Which is the... Can I get... I don't want to accidentally give a really awesome piece of rabbit though. So, moldy venison. So what was that? 270, and this was like 290 or something. Nah. 45%. 93%. It won't really make much difference. I'll pick that bit of rabbit up. So we should be a little bit stinky. So it might be a little bit early in the morning for everyone. As in geographically where you all are. So hopefully a few more people pop in. Maybe after about 20 minutes or so. Now, getting confused about my playthroughs. I'm trying to remember if I saw a wolf in this lower bit before. I'm not sure if a wolf can get through the gate up there. Not sure if they ever do, like through the gap in the fence, but I think they can come through down this low bit. But I really don't want to get stuck in a small area with multiple wolves trying to come sniff me out. A bit heavy, I think, because I let my well-fed bonus drop. I hear a wolf. I am stinky, but I just want to get somewhere where I've got eyes on. I'd like to be able to get a wolf somewhere close to a spot I can cook it easily too. Obviously don't want to stand still for too long. Alright, so you can definitely see the chat here on my phone, but I can't see it update on my YouTube live control panel thing, so it's a bit of a bugger. Means I might also need to plug my phone in at a certain point. It's not exactly the highest on battery. Alright. Kind of expect to see a wolf shot pretty soon. This, in theory, should be a pretty wolfy part of town. There we go. Is he going for the rabbit or is he coming for me? Okay. Let's go on the rabbit. Might just drop my bait. I don't know what happens if I aim at him at that point. He's running off with an arrow.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Drop the bait there. Sounded like he was running around up here. Surely I can climb up this thing somehow. Not a chance. What I want to do is find a way to put an extra arrow in him, or it really did sound like he was running around up here before, but not seeing him. Can I find the blood trail again? It's his footprints. That's my footprints. Okay, so the blood doesn't last that long then. Oh no, there's the blood. Has he died out there on the ice already? Or is that him limping? It's probably him limping. Alright, I'm really just gonna... There should be a second wolf, but I'll... try the thing. Get some more bait. Now, I'm getting pretty cold. So hopefully I can get this done quickish.
Not sure I'll carry much more.
Alright. Do not want to get surprised by the second one too quickly. Now I don't spend a lot of time in Desolation Point, and I certainly don't spend a lot of time hunting over this side at all. Hey, there's a fish in there. I'll come back and try and grab that later. Oh, and there's a rope that we don't even really need, and we'll probably never use. So this looks like one that smelled me. Okay, that's disconcerting. Had to come at it from that angle apparently. So he's going to run off with one as well. Alright. Oh, there's an arrow that's going to bounce around a bunch of places. I think I saw it bounce up here, but... Damn. I really saw it cartwheel. I really am going to have to go somewhere warm shortly. Cartwheeled around, but it looked like it went straight. It probably didn't come out in the compression, but... Alright, so I'm down to 3 arrows. 2 wolves. I have the others at the moment. I don't really want to Go and shoot a deer as well and have them run off. So what's this? Dead wolf, dead deer, dead deer. Oh, I don't want to touch him yet, at least I know he's there. Yes, hashtag come back with my arrow, exactly. Exactly, Pike. Now, where do these wolves go to die? This is like my life at the moment in this game, is like putting arrows in animals and then trying to find where they went. Can you get past this branch? Oh, come on, tell me you can actually get past this. I think I'm just going to go up to the church and... I think I'm just going to the cave. I might just go into the mine to warm up. No, we'll warm up in the church. I don't think you can make it up there. I think I also left my bait down there. A little piece of rabbit. But... yeah, we really need to warm up, so... there was a rabbit over here. So it's pretty weird how that wolf had to go around and change direction. It couldn't come straight at that rabbit. There's all these little weird invisible barriers to the wolves at the moment, or these days. Right. Yeah, good thing we came to Desolation Point to make some arrowheads, hey? Because I've been donating into the wildlife around the place as well. Come on. You're also getting really tired. I'm not sure this was the best thought through plan. Some more howling over that way. So yeah, there's definitely some blood up here. Ah, there you go. I see one wolf up there with an arrow in it. We get warm. And actually that's a pretty convenient spot for one of them to die, because I could do a big cook up in here. So how are you guys all doing this evening? You get your start of your weekend ahead of you. So I spent today watching the Aussie Rules Football League's grand final, which it's kind of like the equivalent of the Super Bowl, so the for Australians at least. My team unfortunately wasn't in it, so we watched the other two teams go, but we're at a fundraiser watching of the Super Bowl kind of thing at a friend's football club. I really don't want that one to burn for much longer. So I'll add a piece of cedar, some reclaimed wood. How cold is it out here? It's not that cold. So hopefully this should be working on our cabin fever risk as well. Actually out of water. By coffee, Michael, do you mean, American-style coffee, like your drip coffee? Or more the espresso coffee? Any more movie recommendations? Well... what did I watch recently? Just trying to think. You'll have to leave that one with me and have a think about that one. A tiny bit warm. Let's add... We got a bunch of sticks. Let's add a bunch of those. Might drop... What else have we got? Drop that. I've watched a few movies, but I haven't watched ones that are terribly stood out in the last little bit. If you haven't already caught it from a little while ago, Into the Spider-Verse was one I really liked last year. 30 minutes on that. How much... oh, we actually got that wolf before he ate much of this rabbit. What did I watch on the plane? I did a couple of plane trips to Singapore the other week, and I watched Rocket Man on the plane, and I watched the movie Long Shot on the plane. They're okay. And I watched another movie that someone I know was in, but I didn't really think that much of it, so I probably won't mention what movie that was. What else? Well, what about you? Have you seen any good movies? You got any movie recommendations for me, Michael? That's probably a good question. What size is that one? That's the small one. We're starting to warm up a little bit. "45 minutes to break that down." Probably not. Yeah, Dark Phoenix, that's the other X-Men kind of one, isn't it? Like, I did watch that in the cinema a little while ago. And I think I saw it's on my streaming services here, but I have seen that. I actually finally got around to watching Avengers Endgame the other night. One thing I'll say, I'm not usually that into superhero movies, but it was all good. Like, they're good entertainment, but I don't really get invested in them. But it was good to finally see the completion of the Avengers series. But I hadn't raced out to go and really watch it when it first came out. All right. Now, it's a damn shame this fire strike is getting a bit low. It's a damn shame I let my well-fed bonus go, because carrying around a bunch of stuff and being heavy. I probably should have dropped that in the Riken. That wasn't really clever to be carrying 2 kilograms worth of hammer. And the tools. I could probably drop both of those in the Riken. Alright. So yeah, this is Charlie, by the way. I was just loading her back up if I didn't already mention that. Because I know I said it when the mic wasn't working, but I can't remember if I said that, if I filled it in afterwards. I haven't seen Mr. Nobody. Alright, write that down. I'm actually writing it down with my little piece of paper. It's beside my computer. Mr. Nobody. Okay. I might just actually eat that now. I've got some other food back at the Riken for properly sleeping. 5 minutes, 2 hours on that. I might just drink the reishi, because I do want to go and check this wolf and get some food off of it before I get way too exhausted to move. about -10. So I've got an arrow in this wolf. It's only a 3 kilo wolf. Oh, here comes some heavy weather. I have to have a little nap in here. Yeah, a lot of people have told me about Predestination.
Drop any of this gear.
And it is on my list of ones to watch. Sorry, it did turn up in Netflix or something the other day when I was looking through, I think, and I was like, yeah, a few people have told me about it.
I say I hate being cold. 'Cause I really do.
So only a 3 kilo wolf is not really gonna give me a lot of food for the forging. So we'll need to get another one.
I'll eat anything right now.
Most of this food will just about go on, you know, recovery. I mean, it's 800. It's kind of a few nights, really, when you think about it.
Man, I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Alrighty. How about you, Pike? What's up with you? Alright, 5 on that. Probably could just get a little 1 hour nap in very quickly. Can't put this down anywhere though. Oh. 36 minutes. Should be able to just get a 1 hour and still have a tiny bit. Just pick that up. So I actually we're cold without that.
It's getting kind of heavy.
Bit silly having a bit of a sleep. Oh, there's a bit of a blizzard raging. "48 minutes. You are barely worth cooking yet." Another water, actually. Should be warm enough in there for an hour. Okay. I've still got 2.5 hours on here, so I could get a little bit of sleep. But I don't really want to sleep that much because I do need to do a bunch of condition recovery. So I wonder if I should just run back to the Riken while the blizzard is going. Or I could just go sleep in a, probably just go sleep in a cave. I wonder if that's the better course of action. Probably just as fast to get to one as the other. Shame to waste his fire though. Now, I don't know, actually. Let's experiment. I don't think guts cures in here. Well, it does. It says 1% cured, and it won't, I don't think, if you can't do it. I'm sure someone will tell me if that's not the case. Yeah, well, I should go loop through there and see if there's much in the way there of that. You guys are all cured. That's right, we ascertained this last time. So I should have a ton of water now, 4 litres. It'll be damn heavy. Now, I still haven't actually watched The Revenant. Partly because... So there's... You know... There's movies my wife will want to watch and won't want to watch. And so unless we sort of have the double up on the ones we want to watch, sometimes, you know, you don't really get the chance to catch back up with them. So The Revenant is one that's on that list. What do I want to do with this fire? It's funny, I work on movies sometimes, but I don't actually end up often getting the time to watch as many as I probably would otherwise. I don't know if there's anything worth cooking. Cook up another herbal tea. We cook up another prepared birch. Yeah, I think I'll get through this fire a little bit and then go look through the mine. Sounds like a good idea. Alright. So I might actually drink that, because the benefit will still last for a little bit.
Sure I can carry much more.
I guess I could... I was just going to take torches and throw them on the ground, but... I do still want to throw them on the ground. There's probably no point burning them out. So just... Can you actually... You can't throw it when it's not lit, which seems a bit weird to me. Not sure if it's really worth trying to salvage that many sticks out of this. Right. I guess I don't even need to cook them for the cooking skill, really, because I'm already cooking 5. I'll grab those. No point taking a lit torch. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a slog. Alright, so there shouldn't be any wolves out and about in the blizzard. I'm going to tear apart my clothes. Okay. At least this is a nice quick jaunt into a cave. Do I just drop the food here? Oh, these are cold, they're just rocks. I'll keep the food on me. Yep. Now, I actually do have a lantern. I actually need to repair this lantern too. Coal in there. Definitely been through this place before, so no point really looting it. Is this the dead end way? She thought this the way I was going is the dead end.
find something to eat.
I'm gonna have to go through here really slowly, and then we sleep at the other end. At least the cabin fever risk went away. She forgot to check that. Okay. Alright, says 4 people watching. Show yourself, 4th watcher, show yourself. I'm going to be carrying so much coal now. So I'm just going to tilt my phone up so I can actually see it. Alright, we've made it to the other end. It's like a... I can't pronounce his name. Bung John Hugh or something like that, or Parasite. Yeah, I think I saw that. As in I saw that was around and had heard stuff about it. I think we're just going to eat one of these. We're just going to drop the other 2 outside. Jump back in. This will be our... Just top up on the water. And just do the full sleep. Full condition recovery sleep. Okay. So now we're still ridiculously heavy because now we've also got 4.5 kilos of coal. I don't think I'm going to carry that much back because there's a bunch on the rack, and
Oh, I could eat anything right now.
so I'll drop that one. Pick this up. I'm just going to duck out here.
Whew, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Just checking for the bear. See a wolf over there. Just thinking about getting all this wolf meat back to the Riken without running into that one. But I will have this out. I should be able to get up here and run all through the top of this bit. Find the other one that still has my arrow, and then the extra arrow that cartwheeled away. Oh, and there was a fish over there too, and an extra deer carcass, so I should be able to get a little bit of food gathering then. the coal mines are indoors. This isn't an outerloper though, so they're indoors. But in the outerlopers I was playing, they were considered doable or usable because you had to go through all the other mines. Actually, I don't know. I'm not even sure I even came here in my outerloper, so... Oh no, I did actually go through some of them in an outerloper run. But yeah, whether or not they're really allowed or not, I don't know under those circumstances. Okay, there's a deer over there. And a strange headwind that was slowing me down in weird ways. So those are raw. These two are cooked. Do I really want to kill this deer? I guess I do, because it... I'm going to need as much food as possible, and I don't want to muck about too much. Yeah, hypothermia risk is pretty low. What I want to do is just... I want to get this one running towards me, so I want to see if I can peg a rock over him. I probably actually don't even need to peg the rock. He's just going to come close anyway. But what I wanted was... I actually wanted it closer to the Riken, so... Although, really, what are the chances of him going down with one hit? Probably not too bad. So I can get a rock over. That should go over, I would have thought. Cool. This is kind of what I wanted. I don't think I've got bow 5 yet. Just missed. Damn it. So, broken arrows floating in space. Yeah, turkey doesn't sleep in any of those, mainly because he's a braver person than me. I think when I started doing the outerloopers, I was not particularly comfortable with my skill set. I think now if I did the outerloper, I might try and up the difficulty a little bit. Damn it. I think with bow level 5, I'd get a few more kills. Like, he's going to go die on the ice, thin ice somewhere, isn't he? I'm down to 2 arrows. And the other thing is I don't even think I actually have... I got 1 arrow shaft I can make stuff with. I lost sight of where that deer went now. Where did that deer go? There's a lot of deer around and apparently I can't shoot any of them. But that one just raced off into the distance that way. Unless it was a teleporting one. I'll have to check that when the weather gets better. Alright. All I'm trying to do is get a little food together. Is it so much to ask? Let's back it off a little. He's not going to eat. He's going to walk forward again, isn't he? Still gonna walk. Hey, hey, hey! Sergey! I think that's how you say it. I had Jaffo help me out with how to pronounce it. How's it going? My mouse is being a bit twitchy. I really want to get this deer close. I really want him to just bend his head and shoot him in the back of the neck. Come on. I'm just going to have to go it, I think. There we go. Now, finally got somebody to die. With one hit. Well, welcome to the stream, Sergey. And, you know, thanks for watching as always. Now, what should I do here? So these guys are 27% cured. Well, I should actually harvest that up. So there's kind of one arrow I can be making. Oh yeah, got all that coal too. Nothing else hiding there. So, do I also need to break down some extra wood? Have I already done that previously? Isn't there normally... Oh, is that what that was? So forget what I'm doing half the time. So there's a bunch of reclaimed there to help us get this up to speed. Might just go warm up in that bed for a tiny bit. Oh, there's some a sewing primer.
I think I can use this.
Thought it was going to be some accelerant. I missed that previously. Yeah, man, right to the front door. Uber Eats, right there. Just past time for an hour. So there's still one wolf out there with an arrow. One deer out there with an arrow. One arrow that cartwheeled away. This wasn't one where I haven't actually been into that cave, I don't think, where Scruffy is. Wasn't the same one. This one is Charlie, who was one of my earliest interloopers, and so she's not an outer looper, she's just a regular looper. The one where Scruffy wasn't home, I think, was one of my outer looper runs where I stole the thing. And that one I actually ever took to just surviving and didn't really do much, rescuing it to surviving, I mean. Can I do 3 minutes out here in this cold? Maybe just. Okay. I was hearing there's some groaning, and I was like, But can I hear the bear? Like, you know, sometimes you pretend, or you think you hear it, but it might have just been the ship groan. I think it's just the ship groan. Alright, we'll go warm up again. So it's looking okay for starting to get... Yeah, starting to get the food together. Yeah, I think, yeah, Loons did one where he went to go and try and fight Scruffy and she wasn't home. Getting hungry for some venison. Fresh. Home delivered venison. Last time. Oh, didn't quite warm up in the hour. I keep turning the wrong direction when I come out of that room too. Alright. Okie dokie. Now I keep forgetting if... Just check... Oh, she actually has flare shells too, so... Could have been having that out. I get confused about which character has what. But I'm just slightly paranoid the bear is gonna show up. So we got these crows here. Curious about where that other one... You know what, while I'm warm... There's crows over that island, but I think it's just the dead guy crows. But... Just... Gonna check this direction slightly for my other deer with the arrow. Not really hearing any crows this direction. I hear all the crows back that way. I guess we just go check. Maybe the deer went home to its island. Quick sip of my beer. So yes, it's a live stream brought to you by beer. This beer is a black IPA called Bulletproof. It's pretty awesome actually. I've never been in this little alcove, I don't think. Just get off there without breaking an ankle. I did say I was going to get this maple. Let's do it now. Don't need that out at the moment. But there was previously 2 sets of crows over here. This is the new one. And there's my arrow. So yeah, this one came home. Now, not sure. I think I got the meat off that one. I'm going to take a beating here if I try and get this one. What have I got in the way of... I've got 6 sticks. A couple of bits of cedar. What is it? Oh, that feels like -9. If I get a couple more sticks together. there's deer galore now. After I went hunting bloody wolves halfway across the map.
Well, up soon.
Tell you what, I can probably... Oh, see, I'm going to be out of reach of the fur limb. I'm probably better off trying to put the fire... You know what? This fire strike is not going to live forever. I'll throw a piece of cedar at it. Try and hack up this fur limb as well. See how that works out. So yeah, the plan was that I would play a little bit of Long Dark for a while, and then just show the little video I'm working on and narrate over the top of it of the stuff from my wildflower camping thing. So, and we're about an hour in. So, who is up for a little bit of a preview of that? Feel free to say, nah, keep playing the Long Dark. It's will be democratic for the moment. But yeah, show of hands. Once we get through this little bit, who wants to watch a little bit of camping trip? 0 degrees. Let's add a piece of reclaimed. 2 more sticks. Mike's in. Alright, Sergey's in. We have to get through this a little bit first. I that's what I assumed, Michael. Alright, well, am I still warm here? 5 degrees. Yeah, that bit of that water's going to boil off. I might just... What do you... Oh, it requires the hatchet. Ah, no! Ha! I know where my hatchet is. My hatchet's in Mystery Lake on this character. Well, I know Yari could have been here. But he will get to see it anyway, so he can either watch it back when we do the... When he watches back the recording of the live stream, or I will actually release it as a separate little video as well. But I've just got to cut it together a bit nicer, I think, for that to be the case. Now, can I... outside the window of it, but you know what? I'll just grab a kilo and get cold.
So cold. So cold.
I grabbed my arrow, didn't I? I think I must have grabbed the arrow. Yeah. Don't tread in the fire. Drop a couple of pieces. Just because. Now, can I get warmer? Can I creep past this way? Am I out of the wind? I'm not out of the wind. Surely I'm out of the wind here. Still only about the same. Like, I really would have thought that here was out of the wind. Okay, still only 6 degrees. Gah. I can't do the waiting over here. Litre of water. There's 2 hours on that. How long on that piece? 27 minutes. I can't really do much. Sure, why not? Yeah. I got a clear night. I'm half thinking a aurora is gonna happen. 16 minutes. I'm gonna be out of the wind at least. Not really. Damn it. Cold again. Really, really cold. And that hypothermia risk really isn't much to worry about. Wow. So cold. It's actually... Oh. Did I just forget to put stuff on there? Or is it blown? It was like 2.5 hours. The wind must have turned for a little bit. Just really want to harvest that guy. I don't really want to throw all my cedar at this. I need a little bit more. I've got time to find another stick over here. Do sticks even ever turn up over here? Ah. This was not very well thought out, guys. So... I think what I'm going to do is just have to come back and get more meat off that. Drag that off there. We'll just take the non-potable water for the moment.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
And we'll take this, go race inside, make a save point, and then we will do the wildflower preview. So now we got two half harvested deer. This one's half harvested and that one's half harvested. Gotta get my act together and get both done. I need to remember that's what the save is doing. Alright. I feel like she's also getting exhausted quickly. Alright, so cooked. Can go over there. The raw is fine where it is. I'm not carrying anything else. I should dump some water inside. Yeah, she's got one pair, so I can actually get the skins as well. She's so under spec for a plus 100 day person. I mean, she could have an extra decent thin wool sweater for sure, and that would be way better than the plaid shirt. She could have another pair of underpants. She could have combat pants. So I think my plan for her, once she's actually got the more arrows, is probably to try and take her to Hush River Valley and Broken Railroad, because I think there's stuff there that we could find. Alright, so that should have made a save point, so we'll quit out of this. Can probably just leave the game going. I can tab back to the desktop. And alright, so I'm just going to narrate over the top of it, and we'll go from there. So here we go. Gee, why is that getting rid of... Can I see stuff? Yeah, I can see everything else then. Alright, so this was a few weeks ago now. A couple of weeks touring around the outback with my parents and my wife and the 2 dogs, and we were in a tent. The parents had the caravan, etc. And if you don't know, so Australian wildflowers only really flower during a couple of weeks of the year. Like, they're pretty rare. They're usually, a lot of them are quite small, but then there's some other things which are sort of just like native flowering stuff that's also in here as well. But anyway, we shall hit play. So I think the gist of it is, I need to get my mouse out of the way. Whoops. There's literally a sign that tells you the outback starts here. So I think that's usually pretty handy. There's a lot of stuff of me showing the what the roads in the outback and what the trees and stuff look like. Now, thankfully, it's actually my wife filming. We drive on the right-hand side. Well, sorry, we drive on the left-hand side of the road, but the driver's side is the right-hand side. So this is my wife filming it all. And the caravan you see ahead was my parents' caravan. And it wouldn't be a long dark video without showing a fire. You know, was still fire skill 2, not 3. I did have to have you know, some tinder, but it was all lit with my little fire striker fire steel from the knife, and actually native tinder, no paper. Obviously a little bit of a cook up going on, and then more of the rough Australian outback, you know, lots of scrub. And this was kind of near some salt lakes and stuff, so it looks fairly barren, but we do go through some stuff that looks a little bit better. This is the rabbit-proof fence, and I figured, you know, considering in the long dark how many rabbits I am the demise of, I figured showing the rabbit-proof fence. Now this thing goes for thousands of kilometers. I needed to look this up but forgot. And it was a fence just trying to stop rabbits getting into sort of prime farmland and stuff. It's not super functional anymore. There is a movie called The Rabbit-Proof Fence, an Australian movie. You can watch it. You can look that one up, Michael. And you know, this is just outside my parents' car, actually, travelling down a gravel road. There's actually a lot of these through where we're going. This centipede was probably about, you know, as long as the width of my hand. Nearly put my hand on him. He was, you know, a little toilet thing we'd put up, a temporary toilet thing. More gravel road, behind the dust of the caravan. You know, not very much visibility. And this is effectively a map of a lot of the places we went. So we started in Geraldton, which is where my folks live, out past Mullawar, and then to Yalgoo. The sign saying the outback starts here was near Yalgoo, and we travelled down past Morawar and Perenjori, and we camped outside Perenjori and then travelled in through Three Springs out to Eneabba, did a little family reunion mid-trip in Eneabba, and back out through Carnamah to Perenjori, and then we went east of there out to a place that's not even on the map called Camel Soak, and then travelled a whole bunch of these other places down, Woburn, Dalwallinu, Kalani, Wongan Hills, and then through Mora, which is where my mum and dad got married actually, and then back onto Perth. And this is actually me, so probably overthinking it, trying not to look weird on camera, and also, you know, concentrating on the driving. And there are my dogs. That was Biscuit hanging out the window, and that's Rory sleeping in the back seat. They're very lazy dogs. They spend a lot of time sleeping. And that's the tent we stayed in. This is when we stayed in a much more fancy campground in town. Didn't see any kangaroos live while we were there. This is some of the wildflowers. So that one, I've missed it now. I have a list of all these things, and I've missed it. This one is a sandplain cranberry. It's not like an edible cranberry. Some sort of grevillea. The bees love those. This is about the size of a person's fist. It's huge. It's a Banksia, and it's one of the larger flowering ones. They're really awesome, but they don't actually flower for long, and it's kind of like a really hard pine cone looking thing in the middle of it. So they're pretty amazing, actually. This is a thing called smoke bush. Now, this is kind of what a lot of the bush or scrub on the western sand plains. There's a large bit of sand. It's not very fertile, but that's the kind of bush you see. That's a cat's paw, it's called, which is like a kangaroo paw, but it's a cat's paw is the name of the flower. This one we think is the one titled Bacon and Eggs, because it looks like bacon and eggs. It's none of these are the Latin names, by the way. You probably guessed. That is a milkweed, but it's not really a weed, and it probably has a much better name in Latin. And this one, we actually haven't identified what it's meant to be yet, but we think it's related to the cat's paw and the kangaroo paw. And the next one is a donkey orchid. It's blowing around in the wind a little bit, but you can see it's kind of like got donkey ears. So yeah, most of these guys only really flower for a few weeks of the year, and they're really hard to find, so you got to like wander in the bush. Another bacon and eggs. And this is kind of more bush, but it's beside the road, so you can see the kind of scrub, and in the background is basically just like canola fields. So this is in farmland. But they kind of got a law that was brought in the 60s that between the road and any farmland, they've got to have, I mean, it was something like, it's a weird measurement of between 3 and 10 chains, which I don't know what that means in meters, but often you get this area, and it's to actually preserve things like the wildflowers and the native flora and fauna. So it's not just farmland all the way to the road. That's a cowslip orchid. And this one we couldn't find a name of either, but it's actually really shiny and almost like metallic kind of looking. So it might be one they haven't a word enamel in it, but we haven't figured out exactly what it is. But it was beautiful and about the size of probably less than a dime in American terms. This is a spider coneflower, I think, is what I've got written. And there is a spider. This thing was probably about maybe 2 inches. So not the biggest you get out there, but still big. And then what better way than to finish off with another nice campfire. Yari. Uh-oh. And actually there's still a little bit more to go. I might have to rewind for Yari at some point, but there are emus just by the side of the road, and we just saw in a field of wheat. So Yari, you actually got something to do. Well, you can watch this back later, but we've got a little preview of the wildflower tour, so enjoy your sauna. But I will make another video of this and release it as the separate one with a little bit of music and maybe captioned or something. This was one of our campgrounds in a town that was foggy, and back onto a pretty wide, country road. Yeah, emu farming is big in a lot of places actually. Like you can actually make some pretty good. I've had emu ham. It's pretty good. This is the tent we slept in. One of the sites we camped right in the bush. So you can see the bush out there. The 2 dogs would sleep on their mat in their sleeping bag in between us. Just a little afternoon nap. And this is like a hairy caterpillar. I think they're called spitfires. They can actually spit a thing at you and in defense, and it can sting if it gets in your eyes. More dirt road, the parents' caravan, which was made it, and there's my Prius. So I went in the outback in the bush and down dirt roads in a city Prius. So there you go. This is Rory trying to eat all the flies because there were a lot of them, and me enjoying a beer. The flies were very, very intense in a lot of places. So we wore ridiculous things like fly nets on our head. And now, Michael, you said go to Ayers Rock if you could. It was too far to go to Ayers Rock, but it was the biggest and closest thing I could actually find that's probably really 1/200th the size of Ayers Rock. And the camera doesn't quite do it justice. But it was a lumpy rock in the middle of the bush that I could stand on top of and try and shoot a little panorama for you. And then back to one final campfire. So yeah, that was pretty much our camping wildflower trip, and I hope you enjoyed it, this little preview of what we got up to. I still tried to find a few things that made it a little bit long darkish, but yeah, so there you go. It was 8 minutes and 47 seconds of my camping trip. And now we can probably head back to the long dark. So did you guys enjoy that? There we go. Sip of my beer. And now you can actually probably put a face to the voice, and that's what I look like. I was the hairy bugger under all that face netting. So, yeah, I'm not sure how much of bits of Australia you've seen. So this is obviously what parts of the more remote bushland in Western Australia looks like. You go a bit further out, you would find pretty sparse, pretty rugged, deserty stuff. There is some pretty phenomenal landscapes, but Western Australia is huge. I mean, Australia is huge. Western Australia is really, really big. It's the biggest state, and there are very stunning parts that would probably, take, it would have taken me 2 days to drive to. But there's places called the Bungles. There's Karajini National Park. Melissa Gorge, which is not to be confused with Melissa George. I might be getting that wrong, what that one is. There's a Melissa Gorge. I'm asking my wife. Yeah. I might have that might be the beer speaking, I'm not sure. Don't worry, Michael. I think my beard is very much heading into into the white territory for sure. It's in this really weird spot where it's just got the patches of it. All right, we'll get back to the long dark, and people are saying hi, Julie. So we've made our way in here. Now, a little bit of a thing. There's a little minor surprise. I'm actually going to be doing a different game recording, but not me playing it. I'm going to do a collaboration video with Julie is going to play a game. So a few people asking if Julie plays The Long Dark, and I said no, Julie doesn't play The Long Dark, and Julie plays some other games. So Julie's found a new game this week, and I'm not going to mention which one it is. But what's going to happen is I'm hoping tomorrow that we're going to record Julie playing it and me co-commentating and asking her questions about the game. So look out in the next couple of days for a guest gamer on this channel. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I probably have enough. It's not going to be. I won't be able to break down the metal yet, but I have enough food to support getting through the forge. I got 5 pieces of metal. Okay, so I could make 10 arrowheads, but I really should make some more. And I wonder if I should make an extra hatchet, because I've left the other one behind. So I could always just keep one and just leave it in Coastal Highway or something. So I'll have a think about that. But yeah, it's too dark to break. I think it's too dark to break down some more. So it might just be. It's probably too windy to quickly get a tiny bit more of that food. I think I'm just going to lose too much health. Minus 17. Well, I think what I need to do is get my piece of wolf and go in. I do have an Instagram, and my Instagram is that you, Dave? I'll put it in the description of one of my videos if you want to follow there. Now be warned, it's a lot of me usually just going to film eventy stuff and not doing the gamey stuff, but I could drop it there. But Sergey, I'm not sure if you did see that I made a Discord channel. So if you're on Discord, you can follow that channel there, and that's where I've actually started putting the announcements about streams and stuff. I only put it on there a couple of hours ago that I was going to do tonight. But if you check the About section on my channel, there's an invite link to join the Discord channel if you wanted to. Now, I was going to eat and sleep. It's dark. This boat makes the coolest noises. Alright. So, it would be nice to be a little bit tireder, but I think I'm just going to do all this. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit strange putting in some real world stuff. Everything else I've put on the channel is only ever been long dark videos. So having some live action stuff on there, it's like, whoa, don't know what to do. Alright. So it's getting to a daylight. There is a blizzard. We're fully rested. How much does... 3 hours for 8 metal. Koi.
God,
Sorry if this is really dark and compressed for you guys. Now, there's a broken metal door. 45 minutes for 2. And the shelf is 130 minutes for 4. And what about this thing? 2 hours and 15. See, I never usually really follow what the good value for money is on these. They're all going to be the same, and there's nothing else you can really get. There's a bunch of them. 2 hours and 15 for 6. So that'll get me... Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. Yeah, I'll do that one. Oh. See, now...
I need something to eat.
She sounds okay outside. Drop all of those. Yeah, I do have I have Discord on my phone. I think maybe I don't actually. I was just trying to think how I've used it. No, I actually don't think I've put it on my phone. I was usually I think I just usually look at it on desktop. Now, paranoid about the bear showing up, so now it's still faster at my harvesting level with the knife.
Need to find someplace.
Yeah, I usually just use Discord in the browser on the computer. Is where I use it. Blah blah blah. But yeah, up until now, my worlds have been separate a little bit. So guys, like my Instagram and my Twitter and stuff don't talk about my game streaming. It's like a whole different circle of people. Worlds colliding, guys. Worlds colliding. No, I will think about it though. It's it's not exactly a secret that I do this, but I do have the Instagram is kind of more for the career stuff is the only reason. As for the visual effects stuff is where I put things like that and a little bit of the personal stuff. Well, I'm just trying to think of other ideas of. Yeah, I might just I might actually do this to warm up. Get 2 more of them in 45 minutes to warm me up nicely. Just trying to think of other ways, which is it's pretty much why I did make the Discord server though, is so there were ways that we could have messages and stuff, not just for me, but for a bunch of people, all the people in the group who play the Long Dark, so anyone can join it and just put up there what they're doing and when they're gonna do it. But I totally get that. I totally get that maybe having Discord isn't your thing. So, if Pike, if you're talking about how to join the Discord, in my about there's an invite. What you should need to do, I think you just can copy and paste that invite, or if you go to Discord, it'll ask you to copy and paste the invite when you actually go. It's just I can't remember the URL for Discord, but if you Google Discord, it'll take you there, and it'll just ask you to make an account or something, like your email. I found it pretty good. It's usually a lot of game stuff is on there. I wasn't on there for game stuff. I was on there for chats about other topics like visual effects and stuff. There were people there who had the channels going for helping each other, etc. But there was a little video I made about how to jump on the Discord channel. I do see the bear over there. So the bear is over there. Will he get closer while I do this? 6 minutes. This could be dangerous. I don't think they go into fast time, really. Well, he's there. Michael's going to tell me to shoot the bear any second now. Carlos! Hey, hey. So the bear is coming. And I probably could shoot the bear from up on top. I have 7 flares, but, like, I really should just shoot him with the flare gun. It's probably the better bear weapon, really. Still went too low. Oh, I guess we find out. I still hear the flare. Is it under? I think the flare is under the ice. It sounds too close to be stuck in him. He's going to charge me again straight away. Is he burning? No, I don't think. He's just going to storm me straight away. He won't rear up anymore. I need to cover his head. Now I got blood. There we go. I think she has 1 bear pelt cured somewhere. Maybe trappers. Maybe camp office. Now we're cold again. Don't you dare go and die out on the weak ice. I've had enough problems with bears in the last bunch of me playing this game and recording episodes. Now I looked away, so he's either running around behind there or he's teleported off to go do something, which I think a lot of the animals do in this game for me. Now, real chance getting that last bit of meat. Now, I'm not really any better off for wood. I don't think I have any sticks, or maybe I've got... No, I've got no sticks. Think about getting the meat off that other one, but... Now what I should have done is check how many bears I'd killed. In the menu. Alright, come in and warm up. Alright. Now, I actually need to plug in my phone, which is what I'm using to watch the chat. Because it is seriously running out of juice. Just give me a second. This is me trying to plug in a bunch of random things. Okay. Alright. Now at least should be charging while I can read the chat. So, first things first. I wouldn't have expected the bear has died yet, but you never know. So 0 bears killed. So actually this will be the first bear skin she's looking at getting. I didn't watch Loon's Green Hell yet, mainly because I was looking at wanting to play Green Hell, and I'm still trying to decide if I want to go in without seeing or knowing anything about that game. So I've been tempted to watch his episodes, but at the same time I'm like, oh, if I went in knowing nothing, it would be pretty fun. I wonder how you knew that, Sergey. Like, don't worry, I saw the notification down the bottom too. Awesome. Now, what am I doing? I'm kind of floundering a little bit and not... I'm gonna drink a birch bark tea. Now... I want to warm up a bit. I think we actually should start this forge, but... ten of those. I mean, we've got a lot of coal. It just means I can't fire this up to a really hot temperature beforehand. I'm gonna use the fire striker. Might as well use the cedar. Right. I don't really often forge here in Desolation Point. Usually more of a full-on muskeg kind of forger. Let's just put that thing away. See you, Sergey. Thank you for stopping by. And feel free to still follow me on Instagram. It was the name was Is That You, Dave? But just whether or not I actually broadcast out there about the streaming or not, I'll have a think about that. So did I put all the... Not all yet. Okay. Now what I am actually going to do... Is there any more wood up here to break down? Yeah, well, the episodes come out October 22nd, and then December for survival mode apparently. It should be pretty cool. There's no other wood to break down. Thinking about just going and grabbing a bit of food and not necessarily doing the forge. Completely hungry the whole time. But yeah, Timberwolves. Have no idea what we should look at expecting at all. Just casting my eyes around to see if I can see if the bear ran off anywhere. Had an optical illusion of dust on my monitor. I was thinking it was hovering birds over there. Alright, go back inside and start this forge. I was just more about not wasting the coal of having some more wood, but I got so much of it, I don't think it's really a problem. Yeah, heaps of wood in Hibernia, you're right. Now, it's not going to get any longer burn time, so it's a bit of waste of burn time, but I've never really been one to be concerned about that. I'm more worried about hitting temperature. I think we're going to be just short. Need to get to 150. I know. Gone over it. When I first started playing this game, I actually thought you'd need to take off all your clothes when you forged, so... Oh, I actually put in more than I thought I needed to. 2 more. I actually thought you needed to take off all your clothes so you didn't overheat. I didn't realise that overheating wasn't going to be a problem. Alright, well, let's make a couple. Put some water on. Do I just... No, not knife, what am I doing? Should just get there with another one.
Man, I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oops. That'll be okay to have on us. How has she got? No, we don't have the well fed. I was confused. I seen them going, we can carry 35 kilos, and then I remembered, yeah, it's because you've got the moose hide satchel. It was 40 kilos you could carry before. So,
Man, all I can think about is food.
Non-potable water. Just wait for that.
I need a horse.
So, how many arrowheads do I have now? I now have 10. With basically 3 arrows on me. Whoops. Just doing this to try and loosely think about making a second hatchet. So, I could make 8 more arrowheads and still make the hatchet. Which doesn't seem like a bad deal. Considering my hatchet is halfway across the other side of the world. Just thinking about this well-fed bonus. So there's a few more days on those before I can actually make more arrows though. The big limiting factor. Just going to do that thing where I check and see if a bear is killed. One bear is killed. I'm not going to go get the bear now because I'm still foraging. Just wondering where I might find said bear. If he goes back to his home or not. Probably. Is that the bear? Yeah, there's the bear. You know what though? Can I get that hide without freezing to death? Look, the hide's not... It's just... I'm thinking about the cure time on that hide is really the thing. It could be curing. So, forge going. But if the forge goes out, it's not the end of the world, because I can still do more. So I'd need to get some more wood. I have 0 wood to start a fire. I could get more coal, but I have no wood. And I haven't got daylight to break down. There's a small crate I could break down by hand in there. You know what? I'm just going to finish forging and the bear is a problem for tomorrow. There we go. Alright. I've convinced myself. Partly because it's going to come in night real soon. Whereas if I just continue forging for the next few hours, get a good night's sleep, come out, sort that out. Because I want to pull a bunch of the bear meat off too, so I don't want to just get the hide and then just leave the meat to rot so quickly. Decision impairment is it's my kryptonite. Okay. I'll leave that bear there for the moment. Oh, and I didn't boil my water away. It's a nice bonus. 6 hours left. So, Keep making arrowheads. That will keep it for an hour. Well, there we go. We're gonna need to go spend some time outdoors tomorrow anyway, so it's a good good chance. Now, how far along is it? By tomorrow it'll be pretty big. Four hours on that.
Pack is getting kind of heavy.
Part of it's going to be all that water. 7 liters of water. The good thing about doing a forge, I think, if you're doing the water as well, is like you can just kind of get a little bit ahead on your stockpiles of it. Even I think we'll be out of this region before we've probably drunk all this water. I'd be surprised if that's not the case. Actually, I'm going to keep one more scrap piece of metal, because I want to try and repair probably my lantern. So 16 arrowheads. Oh, it doesn't make a very nice. We'll find more metal in the world later, I'm sure. 20 makes a good, nice number. I'm almost like wondering like what the benefit of the bear spear will be in the survival mode though. I wonder if that's why they've struggled a little bit to actually get it in there.
Oh, I need to find food.
Is like it kind of worked in story mode, but I'm just like I don't know about the gameplay mechanic of it. Now, how long does this thing take? 4 hours, and we've got 4 hours and 22 minutes in there. Might just eat a piece of meat if there's some cooked. Hey Vitellius. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Or do you usually go by Vitali for short, or is that not a nickname that works? You can't type and tell me much because you're driving though, so I also have done the TLD radio when Turkey's been streaming in the morning and I need to go to work, when it's his Sunday night and my Monday morning. And it's usually like a Turkey sat-nav. So do you mean Vital or Vital? That would be my next question. I hadn't actually realised this is going to be one of the perils of live streaming, is then having to say everybody's name and then just that fear that you will get it completely wrong. Because when you just record, you can kind of fudge it a little bit better. Now, I think I can just crack into doing this hatchet. Alright, going for it.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Awesome, so there's still an hour on that. I think I'm going to chuck one more piece of coal in there. There's still a little bit of cooking because I'm out of cooked food now. Now what I'm also going to do,
if I can drop any of this gear.
going to drop the hammer. So yeah, I think the birch will be cured just in time. Vital. Aha. I see how you've Vital. That makes a lot of sense. Should better get through a few pieces of this so I've got something cooked.
Man, I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I actually also don't want to sleep. I think what I really should do as well is drink that tea before bed. Yeah, Turkey having that revolver in Interloper, that was a big surprise. Big surprise. They originally did say that the spear was going to be in Interloper, and then it was promised for one release, and they said they hadn't managed to get it in and play balance it, I think, if I remember correctly. Aha! Turkey! Well, Turkey, you missed the little quick run-through preview of the Wildflower camping tour. It's in the live stream, me just live commentating it, I should say. And so you could watch that back later, but I probably will also release it as a standalone video, but maybe not with me commentating over the top. I might just set it to music and put captions on it or something. But happy Saturday morning to you. You got a big job of lawn mowing ahead of you today or anything like that? Or is it still doing alright from last weekend? I just passed time on that. I need to do that. So so this is Charlie that we're playing, Turkey, and picked up where we left off. She ran around and has been killing all the animals for food, and just made a whole bunch of arrowheads because she lost a bunch in all the animals she shot. And then we decided to go toe to toe with the bear with the flare gun, and this is kind of funny. The bear is dead, but she's only killed one bear in her 108 days of existence. So this is her first bear, and we've got to go skin it in the morning. Yeah. Yep. You can't mow wet grass. It's just doesn't really work. It's a damn shame it's gonna stop you from working. You know, it's like it's a crying shame. You have to spend it indoors doing something gentle, like, you know, maybe playing the long dark or watching streams. Now, how much time is left? An hour. I really should cook that last. Really should cook that last one. It's almost morning, and she needs to sleep for a few hours, but then we need to go get a whole bunch of wood and go and get as much of that bear as we can. Alright. Okay.
So tired.
We'll let her get some sleep now, I think. Tell you what. I'll grab that, just mainly so you guys aren't having to... Whoa! Hey, there was part of the video left behind there. Every now and then my game boots me back to the desktop for some reason. It just minimizes itself for
It's getting kind of heavy.
no good reason. Now, see if leave that there and just drop some of the food outside. It's booted me back to the desktop again. Apologies for the confusion there.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
So that should leave me one piece to eat. Mind you, I'm going for the well-fed bonus again, so I probably could have just eaten a lot. Oh, hey. This should show the way. Now, how heavy is she? She'll be fine in the morning. But what I might do... hopefully don't forget that on the way out as well. Okay. Alright, so... oh, and the other piece of news, Turkey, that was announced earlier in the stream, is someone was asking the other day about if, I think it was last week in the live stream, if Julie plays the Long Dark, and Julie does not play the Long Dark, but Julie plays other games. So, going to be doing a... Julie plays a different game, which I'm not going to say what it is yet. Julie plays a different game that Julie likes, on my stream. Well, not on the stream, I'm just going to record it, I think, but on the channel. And I'm going to co-commentate and ask questions and just laugh at the ludicrousness of what goes on in the game. So we're probably going to record that hopefully tomorrow and have it up in the next few days. So a bit of a collaboration gameplay kind of thing. Let's get her to bed. Oh, you know what? I didn't mean to drink that water because I was going to drink a tea so I get better rest. That's what I was going to do. So hopefully that's a lot of fun tomorrow. I think I'll just sleep for... I'll try 7 hours and see how rested she gets. Now Julie's a little nervous about it. I'm just gonna say. I did ask if she'd be into doing it as a live stream, and she's like, maybe not to begin with. Let me get a bit of practice first. So we'll see how that goes. But it should be a fun game. Oh, is there something under there that I just... no, there is not. Okay, so she's a little bit rested, but not too rested. What else can I drop? Oh no, she's only 30 kilos, so that's not too bad. I have 0 wood. Still another wolf out there with an arrow. I definitely aren't wanting for food at the moment. Crappy weather though, but I guess we'll just go get into Hibernia and get some wood to burn. Okay. Now. So my YouTube thing saying there's 7 people watching, which, oops, I'm going the wrong direction. I was too busy looking at the YouTube thing. 7 people watching. That's pretty cool. I kind of like your theory there, Turkey, about how many people you can fit in your garage. Except I don't really have a garage. I only have a carport where my Prius resides. One car carport. And our house is actually quite small, so 7 people is probably about the amount of people I could have around for a barbecue in my backyard. Look, we've had more. I'm not going to lie. We've had a whole bunch of people, but there's only about seating for 7. So, by your metric of how many people you can have around and have fun at your house, it's a good comfy number, I think. Okay, so. Oh, damn it. I just left the hatchet in the damn thing. I'm a Dummkopf. Alright, what can I break down by hand? Not those benches, and those benches are cool. Benches are pretty much where it's at. I actually think. Hey, hey! How was the sauna, Yari? Yeah, but I hear what you're saying, Michael. Oh, the weather got good. Damn it! I can get so much more. I can get so much more wood out of those benches quickly. I think I'm going to run back and get my hatchet. And there's those things there, but I'm not breaking down anything outdoors here. I love how she can make that jump at speed. No chance of doing any injury. And, yeah, you can just walk up a slight incline and just totally do an ankle. See, saunas aren't like. I mean, you can go to a sauna in Australia, and they're usually at gyms and things like that. So, where you go to work out and whatever. But people might have a hot tub at their house, but being Australia, it's often too hot, and so some people have them unheated, and you get in them in summer. And so the sauna thing is just a thing that if you go to a gym, you might go and do it, but I don't think it has the same value and the same, just, I imagine when you live in a really cold place and it's been cold for so very long, like you're deep down in the bones cold and you're just like, I want to basically barbecue myself. I want to get as warm as I can possibly be in the shortest amount of time. And then a sauna is like having a bath and getting like super warm, but like all of the things. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the impression I get of it's just like something that warms you to your soul. Alright, the day is going to get away from us for this bear though, but I think 2 of these benches ought to do us. I should have grabbed coal too. Why didn't someone tell me to grab coal while I was back in the Riken? Yeah, I think we had that same discussion.
Man, I could eat anything.
One more. We had that same discussion last week, Michael, where I just got back from Singapore, and I think you were saying it's the same thing. It's like 1 sauna per 3 people. There are so many places in the world I would love to go visit, and yeah, Northern Europe, so Finland, Iceland, all the Scandinavian countries, basically, I would love to go visit them. I think that would be pretty amazing. Right, so now we're back to fog, deep fog. They're my footprints? They're my footprints, probably. So the bear is just down there. I'm just sort of going the long way around.
You eat trees?
Just in case I get surprised. here is Mr. Bear. Mr. Bear will not have an arrow. Because I wonder if I'm going to put that this side. Going to go the Fire Striker. Because it is about to die. It might not live for very long and I've barely used it. Actually seeing the Aurora Borealis is definitely on my list of things I really want to do. I have friends who have done a lot of European holidays.
Perfect.
And things like seeing auroras and going dog sledding and all of these things make me terribly, terribly, terribly jealous. We've got some water on us. Alright, I'm just gonna... I think we're gonna need a coffee before too long doing this. Alright, do this the right way. Two kilos of meat. Alright. I think I'm actually going to drink the coffee now. Mainly for the fatigue. Temperature's holding okay. 54 minutes, 55 minutes. Takes me 2 hours to quarter this bad boy. Which means we'll lose the meat. Unfortunately, if I did that...
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Right, I'll actually get some of this. Not all of this. We'll get some of this. So it's definitely still faster with the knife. Actually, we'll just get a few more of those. I think I had my volume turned down way. Sitting there wondering why I couldn't hear myself back in my headphones, and it's because I had the volume super, super low. Oh hey, before we lose our potential well-fed bonus, why don't we just eat a bunch of this? We haven't got the well-fed bonus, but we're on our way to one day. Alright. So there's 3 hours on the fire. I think it is still faster for me to try and do that. But it is a risk. What if a blizzard comes up? I guess we just chance it. I won't put any more wood on there. Alright, and a quarter. Or do we have an aurora maybe? No? Oh, we've just got some bear meat in the old fire. So, do I put this in the Riken, or do I try and travel it into the short distance into here with wolves coming for me? Like, I reckon I can run away to the Riken. Better than I can run into there. Because at least I'm going away from everybody. Or do I come and get that? You know, how about I get... Let's do something like this. How big a bag is
Nobody needs
that?
this anymore.
8 kilograms. I think we're going to be carrying one of those. Or... let's not run away. And just harvest some here by the warmth of the fire. And hopefully we don't get an aurora.
Man, I'm not sure I can carry much more.
It's a beautiful clear night. Looks like just the kind of thing an Aurora would like to be in. So let's just do half of that at a time. You know what, Michael? Can we wear the bare feet is definitely one of the better questions about quartering. Because, you know, like, imagine stomping around in them. Look at them. And my naked and afraid person would probably just about have jammed their frozen feet into that. Just saying. Oh, bandwidth got a hit. Alright. It seems to still be streaming okay on my end. I'm just going to make a coffee. An in-game coffee. 7 minutes. Okay. One of the pipes between Australia and the US must have someone dragged an anchor over it, probably. Hopefully it sorts itself out. An hour 52. Oh, we're going to actually drink that. Not let it burn away. Just going to do this 2 kilos at a time at the moment in case we get some surprising auroral conditions. 44. Yeah, the bare feet wearing, like, there's a mod that needs to happen. So along with actually being able to have the coat put the head bit on you as well, like Jeremiah or whatever.
What have we here?
We have a whole pile of bloody meat. Right. So, I don't have many characters that have lived past 100 days. Like, or a lot of them are alive still. I just usually get bored before they get, or they just get past 100 days and I abandon them. So there's only really a few that I've got there. And like I said, most are still alive. But most haven't really hit cooking 5 that I have. So it's kind of a weird luxury to be able to just harvest something and just leave it all lying on the ground for a day that you might eat it and not worry about it. It's like, yeah, just leave it on the ground. Alright, how long's left on this thing? I mean, I really should have just cooked a couple more because I have the fire. It's a bit silly of me, but I'm full. I'm full of bear meat. I think this was a much better idea than just trying to lug it all back. I could stay in DP for so long. Probably. But, I don't know. It's kind of a sucky place, really. Like, I'm not... Oh, look, it's not that bad, I guess. I guess I just haven't taken the time to spend much time here. Okay, so how much can she carry? She's at capacity now. It's a pretty safe run. Now, so get that out, make sure it's reloaded, pick up all the guts, be very stinky, and
Whew, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
some of the meat, and leg it. That worked out pretty good. So managed to get all of the bear harvested, some of it cooked, got the hide, and we're heavy. I'd be surprised if anyone's very surprised if anyone's coming at us from this direction. I think if anyone was just near the hut, they've moved on with their life. Alrighty. Well. Oh, no, don't drop the guts. I wanted to drop the meat. So, that was silly. To pick it all up again and go drop it inside. Daft. At least I can go drop all. Oh, hey. I forgot we had, extra one of those, and we really should put the bear skin down somewhere. Now, have I still got raw meat on me? No, I have cooked bear meat on me. So the raw stuff is still outside at least. I'll drop that cooked bit out there as well. Well, it's come up on 2 and a bit hours here, everyone. So I think I'm gonna draw a line through it here, and otherwise the YouTube video that it tries to make is going to be ridiculously long, and no one's gonna ever want to watch that. So thanks everyone for popping in. It's only the second time I've done the live stream, and as I said, keep a lookout for the Julie guest plays on the channel. And yeah, once again, thanks everyone for popping in. I really appreciate it. It's actually starting to be really fun to actually do the live stuff. I actually was kind of thinking that doing it live was probably going to be a bit too tricky to try and manage it all. But I think if I'm doing it on the characters that are reasonably well established and got enough stuff, it's probably not too bad. But yeah, so Yari, feel free to, once this is finished uploading, rewind back and you can check out the slideshow in the middle. And I think it's at around about the hour mark, so you don't have to go searching everywhere if you wanted to look at that. Otherwise, I'll try and get onto just tidying up that as an edit properly and putting it up as its own little 8-minute long video or whatever it is. And no, thank you for reminding me to actually get my button to gear and do something with that. It was sitting there kind of half complete, and I got distracted by all the new oldness in doing time capsule and stuff. So yeah, I might look at live streaming a time capsule at some point too. That could be kind of fun. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming by. And Charlie thanks you for watching her exploits. And next up for her, once she builds some arrows and eats her fill of bear meat or whatever, she's probably going to head into going into Hush River Valley and Broken Railroad, because she's not been to either of those places. So I think we should take her there and see if we can find her some combat pants that aren't destroyed. Alrighty. So thanks everyone, enjoy your day, and I'll be on later. When do you stream, Turkey? You stream on Sunday morning my time, so you're Saturday night. So my my Sunday morning. Is that right? So you're on tonight. Your tonight is when you stream. I'll be on watching that. But yeah, I'll see you later, everyone, and thanks again.